Hello, my fellow Americans and other YouTube viewers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Death by robot. I was talking to my good buddy, fellow YouTuber J-Nell. Shout out to you, J-Nell Zero. And I called him on the phone. We were talking, hadn't talked for a while. And so I was just curious, what he was thinking about, what's going on in the country over the past week. And he brought up the thing about, sending a robot in with a bomb and blowing that guy up, the shooter, just didn't sit well with him. And it was just like, God, you know what? You're right. I didn't think about that either. But then I'm thinking, trying to be logically, I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. Had one of the police SWAT team had the guy in the sights, they would have shot him. And that would have been okay. So why isn't, going in with the robot and blowing him up not okay? And then I got to thinking, well, why didn't they send the robot in there with something like tear gas, flash grenades, a tranquilizing mist or something? So basically it would either knock him out, have him come out gagging, blind him temporarily. Why didn't they do that? They could have had maybe something like a pepper spray or bear spray or something, just that when it blew up, I mean, he would basically just kind of maybe just be flopping on the ground or something. They chose to blow him up. It's a bad precedent. I mean, what comes next? Drone strikes? I mean, this is something that a lot of people, I guess, were a little bit more on the ball than I was. They saw that as something that we should not tolerate in the U.S. of A. I mean, even though this guy, for all practical purposes, is guilty and should probably get the electric chair, he is entitled to certain rights, civil rights under the Constitution. And being blown up by the police, I don't think is something that you or I or any American should really have to worry about. Because if that's the case, I mean, the line is just going to keep getting moved further and further. Like I said, they're going to have drone strikes. They're going to say, well, these guys were in a crack house, so we blew them up. I mean, I just don't think we the people should accept that. That's a tactic you use, in other countries when you're at war. Not for policing. Blowing up people, I don't think is good police work. I mean, you might think so at the time, but, I mean, I think they had the guy pinned down. I don't think he was still firing. I don't know all those answers, but even if that's the case, sending the robot in to blow him up, I don't think we should stand for that at all. I think we really need to be outraged at that tactic, and we need to put a stop to it. Something to write our congressmen and senators about and say, no, no. Write our governors, no. Our state assembly people, no. Our local city councils, no. Don't be blowing us up. It's not a good thing. I'm curious how you guys feel about it. But to me, that's just another step toward tyranny in the U.S. of A. My fellow Americans, wake up and smell the tyranny.